I am back once again introducing a brand new house on the channel. I love introducing new houses to you guys, and maybe you've heard of this house, maybe you haven't. It's PANOUGE. They've just launched 4 fragrances, but PANOUGE has been around for a while. These 4 fragrances have just been launched in 2021, but guess what? I sampled these in 2019. They had a kind of a presentation, and I got to sample these, and immediately one of them became a favorite. But there's 4 of them I'm going to talk to you about today: Patchouli Figue, Rose Agathe, Datura Amaretti, and then Absinthe Gaiac. These are great fragrances. Of course, when I named the fragrances, can you guess which one happens to be my favorite? I enjoy one of them a lot. 2 I enjoy pretty much as well. They're tied, and then one of them did not work for me, sadly, but it might work for you. But I'm going to let you know all about these 4 fragrances from PANOUGE, from their Matieres Libre collection of fragrances, free materials. We have 1 full bottle giveaway for a lucky subscriber of this channel. So if you want to find out about these PANOUGE fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Yes, I'm speaking about PANOUGE today and their Matieres Libre collection of fragrances, which includes Patchouli Figue, Rose Agathe, Datura Amaretti, and then Absinthe Gaiac. These just launched, and I'm going to tell you what I think about them. And you know, these are very nicely priced as well. I have a link to the brand on in the info box below. You can go check them out. They retail for $107.50, well, in euros, but they do ship worldwide as well. So I'll let you know all about these. Before I do, if this is your first time tuning into the channel and you still haven't subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below, and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. Yeah, these are not very highly priced. It's a great price point, 107.50 euros for each fragrance. The conversion could be somewhere around $130 for 100 ml. Eau De Parfum concentration, great fragrances, great smells, and I think they're definitely, well, some of them would definitely be worth it. I hope you can get your noses on it. They do have samples on their website and everything, and as I said, I have a link in the info box. But I got to sample them back in 2019. Instant love with one of them. Features my favorite note of patchouli, but this one combines fig, and I'm going to talk about that one first. Patchouli Figue in this bottle, and as you can see, these are 100 ml bottles, very unique looking bottles, upright, tall. The name of the brand is right here as well, engraved, and this one is really nicely smelling. Patchouli Figue is created by Maria Schnirer, a 2021 launch, as I said. Features notes of patchouli, fig leaf, amber, fig milk, cacao, jasmine, pear, rhubarb, cedar. Lots of great notes in here, but what stands out for me is that earthy patchouli contrasted with the figs, so you got a green experience. You also get fruity experience. I feel like there's actual fig fruit note in here, and even though it's called fig milk, I get fruitiness in here like an actual fig fruit, but I'm assuming it's coming from that pear and rhubarb note that's mixed in here rather than the fig fruity note. But it's a great combination, and the contrast of the earthiness of the patchouli with the fig leaves. You can smell the bitter earthy greenness of the fig leaves contrasted with the milkiness of the figs, and then of course the fruitiness. But there's also loads of cacao. You do experience the cacao. Once you start wearing it and it starts settling, the cacao pops through, so it does get chocolatey. So the overall combination is really great. And I have to say this, if you like the idea of Mugler's Angel, you're probably going to like this because it's kind of in that ballpark. It's earthy, fruity, woody, green all together. There's also sweetness and lots of patchouli. There's warm, spicy touches, and of course that chocolate comes through the cacao and gives you a nice, unique twist. I've actually had chocolate covered figs. They really taste great, and it's that kind of an experience here, kind of like that chocolate cake patchouli thing I was talking about a few weeks ago. Well, that's experienced here, but now we have figs in the mix as well. This is really yummy. This is my favorite of the entire collection. It's a given I prefer this note of patchouli, but I've never experienced it contrasted with figs and the fruitiness and the chocolate. it's yum, yum, yum. And as I said, if you like fragrances like Muglier's Angel, you're probably going to like something like this. So I highly recommend you check it out if you are a fan of Angel or other similar patchouli gourmands. Anyway, Patchouli Figue, favorite fragrance from the house of PANOUGE. I really do recommend that one. So the next two fragrances I'm going to talk to you about are ones that I enjoy equally. I don't love them as much as I love the Patchouli Figue, because it's a given, I love that note. But Rose Agathe, I'm going to speak to you first. Wow, this one is very, very unique and very, very long lasting. It's funny, I've been testing these out, and sometimes when I sit in front of a TV at night and watch, I spray to smell. And I have a blanket on sometimes, and I spray it on the blanket so I can smell the blanket myself, things like that. And this one has major, major lasting power. Several days after I sprayed it on the blanket, I came back, I can still smell the fragrance. But Rose Agathe, once again, is also created by Maria Schnirer. So she created the Patchouli Figue, and she also created the Rose Agathe. This one features notes of geranium, rose oxide, metallic notes, mineral notes, leather, elemi, ebony woods, black pepper. So it's a very fresh, spicy experience. You do experience the geranium, and as I've mentioned in videos in the past, geranium has rosy, minty green qualities. So it's a given that they would combine geranium and rose together. And this also has rose oxide and of course the metallic notes. So you definitely experience the minerally metallic touches this has. It kind of is unique because it has these very interesting cold effects to the fragrance, where there are some warmer touches under there, but it's kind of a cool, crisp and powdery experience with this particular fragrance. So there are metallic crisp touches and also the minerally touches that come in with this one as well, but lots of greenness. It's overly green, and I could see that happening with that geranium note and some of the other notes that are in here. But it settles to a little bit of a leather touch, and it gets woody, but it's all very, very rosy. If you like the idea of a metallic green rose, this is definitely one that's going to satisfy. It's more of a fresh wear. It's not necessarily something that I would wear like in the cold of winter. I feel like this comes alive more in the heat, the kind of composition it is, and it smells great, and I do enjoy its longevity as well. And it's a unique take on rose, where it's sweet at the same time as being cold. And sometimes I think to myself, cold fragrances are not necessarily sweet, but there is sweetness here. It's coming from the rose that's definitely featured in this particular fragrance. So I really do enjoy this. I don't enjoy it as much as Patchouli Figue. I really love the way Patchouli Figue smells, but this one is almost up there with it. It smells really, really great. I love roses to begin with, but I didn't really have a metallic rose experience, kind of a green metallic rose experience in my collection, and this definitely satisfies that style with this particular fragrance. So Rose Agathe is the second but tied fragrance from the house of PANOUGE, and this is created by Maria Schnirer, as I said. The third fragrance, but it's tied with Datura Amaretti. Both of these fragrances I enjoy equally, whereas I find Rose Agathe to be very modern. I find Datura Amaretti, on the other hand, to be classic styled. It has classic touches. Again, all these fragrances are 2021 launch, but this particular one, and also the next one I'm going to talk to you about, is created by Patrice Revillard. So I really like this one a lot, and I like its classic touches. It's a Chypre style of fragrance. I always think of Chypre style fragrances to have a very classic styling to them, so it hints at classic fragrances, but it's a more modern take on a classic type of style fragrance. So this is a 2021 launch again. It features notes of almonds, Datura flower, biscuit accord, cherries, Ylang-Ylang, musk, cedar, mandarin. So Datura flower is not a very popular flower, but I do see it pop up in fragrances here and there, and it's definitely here. It's prominent with this particular fragrance. So it's kind of like a Chypre gourmand, floral Chypre gourmand experience for me. Definitely has lots of almondy touches, and I feel like the almonds really do complement this particular smell of this Datura flower. perfectly. Throw in that kind of like a cookie biscuit like cracker like smell of the biscuit accord, and then that's pretty much what really dominates this particular fragrance. But don't forget, there's some fruitiness from the cherries and ylang-ylang touches thrown in there as well. It does settle to a kind of a woody experience, but you're still picking up the light fruitiness. You're experiencing the kind of like a nutty, almondy kind of characteristics, and of course that white floral touch from the Datura flower. I really do like this one a lot. I like it as equally as Rose Agathe. As I said, Rose Agathe to me is very modern, but on the other hand, Datura Amaretti is a you know, fusion of modern and classic to me, because I do pick up those chypre touches. If you like chypre styling fragrances, I recommend this one, but it kind of goes towards the gourmand territory, as I said, and a fruity direction as well. Great scent, Datura Amaretti, created by Patrice Revillard, and that's the third fragrance I'm going to talk to you about today. So the fourth and final fragrance from the house of PANOUGE is Absinthe Gaiac, this one right here. Sadly, I had high expectations for this one, but on me it just did not work. And I love, not Gaiac, but I love absinthe in fragrances. I really think this drink, this liqueur, this spirit, or whatever you call it, has a great fragrance. But for me, for some reason, I just didn't work for me. I don't know. It might work for you. It's a definitely woody composition featuring the Gaiac wood note. So it's very, very Gaiac wood forward, and I think what I was looking for more here is the absinthe note, and I didn't get much of it. Absinthe kind of has a licoricey touch, anise, things like that come to mind, and I wanted more. For some reason I didn't get it on my skin. But this is a 2021 launch, as once again it's Patrice Revillard, the perfumer, as he also did this one, the Datura Amaretti. So Absinthe Gaiac features notes of Gaiac wood, amber, patchouli, leather, vetiver, nutmeg, musk, violet leaves, and absinthe. So in the end, it's very, very woody experience, but lots of ambers as well. You know, patchouli does come in, it gets leathery. It's earthy, woody as well. And there's some light spices and a little bit of ozonic touch, but I kept wanting more absinthe. I don't know where the absinthe went, but on me it just doesn't pop through. And I wanted that kind of contrast of this kind of a boozy, licoricey that this absinthe note has, you know, highlights of. But you know, sometimes you can't win all fragrances. Some work and some do not. I definitely really enjoy the other three, with Patchouli Figue being my favorite. But you know, when you sample the entire collection, you might actually like the Absinthe Gaiac more than the Patchouli Figue. But for me, out of the entire collection, the Patchouli Figue did it. I think it's a great scent. I love this whole, you know, Mugler Angel Amen kind of style patchouli fragrances. So it really does work for me. But, you know, one of the others might work better for you. But that's my thoughts on Absinthe Gaiac. Check them out. Check this whole entire collection out. I think they're pretty solid. I do enjoy 3 of them a lot. Now for the giveaway, we have 1 full bottle giveaway to 1 lucky subscriber of this channel from the entire world. To participate in the giveaway, please make sure you're subscribed. Please put down what you liked about this video, and if you won, which fragrance would you pick? If you are commenting from the USA, please put down your state. If you are commenting from the rest of the world, please put down your country. Good luck with the giveaway, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Let me know what your thoughts are on this collection, PANOUGE, the fragrances Patchouli Figue, Rose Agathe, Datura Amaretti, and also Absinthe Gaiac. Let me know, put a comment down so I can find out if you've sampled these. Are you curious to try them? Which one sounds the best to you? I'd like to find out. And are you a fan of something like Patchouli Figue? I'm sure you guys are. You follow me, don't you? Anyway, I appreciate you tuning in. As I said, please, if you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.